Alright everybody, so I did a thing, had a thing happen, however you want to look at it. I'm still not real sure exactly what happened, but this is what I think happened. I had something get into the intake, go through, I don't know. This don't make any sense to me. Anyways, something got in there, stuck a valve open. The valve was just, open a little bit. You couldn't really see it, but you put some liquid in there, like brake cleaner or something, and you could tell it's going into the cylinder. It's not staying. Anyways, was driving the car, it developed a miss. And I was like, oh, well, must have a bad plug or a bad coil. So I got new plugs, put it in there, didn't fix the problem. So then I got some coils I had and was swapping them around, and didn't fix the problem. That's when I was like, well, let me take the, oh no, that's not why that happened. I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to drive the car home and sit and think on it. And daughter needed to go to work. I'm like, alright, well, jump in, I'll take you to work real quick. So I'm driving the car, taking her to work, and then something even weirder happens, and it gets real loud and starts running even worse. And that's when I discovered that a backfire had occurred, melted a hole in the intake. Let me show you that. So yeah, I was driving and it got real loud, and when I got back home from dropping her off at work, I popped the hood and I was like listening and feeling around. I was like, man, I feel compression coming out. Well, we melted a hole through this stinking plastic intake that's on these things and melted that butterfly flapper valve pretty good from our backfire, that the valve was stuck open and let the ignition come back through and melt us a nice good hole. Anyways, so I did all that right. Like, I got this thing ripped apart. I figured, well, go over here. I got this thing ripped apart so much, I'm going to go ahead and fix all kinds of problems with these dang cars. Because at that point I was like, well, I got to take the head off to fix this valve. And if I'm taking the head off, might as well take these pistons out, re-ring it so it'll stop the oil consumption issue that these things are known to have. And yeah, so this is where I'm at. This is the fun I've been having. At this point, I should have just pulled the whole engine. It would have been, well, not really easier. It gave me easier access to everything, but not really any easier to do the job. But I didn't, and now everybody can see, because there's not a whole lot of videos on these cars, especially down to this point of the 06 through 08 FSI engines. And anyways, here's what the block looks like. Here's the cylinders. They still look good. You can still even see hash marks, yeah, on the cylinder walls. And yeah, all that good stuff. I'll show you these pistons. Now this is after I've cleaned them, but anyways, these are what the pistons look like, and these are the stupid freaking oil control rings that Audi made. Stupid spiral wound things with the wire inside, and it comes separate from the oil scraper rings. Anyways, the most idiotic freaking design, because it was all just carbon and gummed up, and they weren't working worth crap. So now I cleaned them up. I'm going to re-ring it. And yeah, that's after I cleaned all the carbon off the pistons. I guess this is normal wear for these. This has got like 40 something thousand miles on it, so bearings still look great. Anyways, I just figured I'd let y'all kind of get a look at what everything looks like, and you know what happened to me and these stupid oil control rings. The other rings are pretty standard and normal. Here's my head. I got it all cleaned up, walnut blasted the exhaust and the intake ports, got all my carbon and gunk out of there, ordered a head gasket kit, and it comes with new valve stem seals, what else, head bolts of course, intake manifold gas, you know, all the stuff to pull a head off. Anyways, yeah. Man, if y'all have had similar things like this and can help me come to a conclusion on what happened, I sure would encourage that. But anyways, I just started ripping this thing apart, and at this point I was like, you know what, I should make a video of this, and that's where we're at now. And yeah, so I don't really know what more to say. Everything's pretty standard, stock, normal. I guess if y'all have a question, hit me up and ask it. I'll be more than happy to answer it if I can. And yeah, maybe I can make more videos of tidbits. Maybe I'll make a better video of putting it back together. I'm conflicted on, since I have it this far apart, go ahead and change the rods and upgrade them or not. Like, I kind of want to keep the car as my daily. It's really the wife's car. I drive it now and then, you know, trying to keep it a daily. So there's the conflict. Like, I kind of want to upgrade it and do some things to it, but I don't know if I want to cross that threshold where I'm going to need the rods. I don't know. It is an automatic 6-speed, so I'm not real sure if the transmission can handle that. It is a Quattro, so maybe it can, I don't know. And I haven't found any definitive things on whether the Quattro trannies can handle 400 or 500 horsepower or not for an automatic. But yeah, getting the intake manifold off is a little bit of work, but it's a fairly simple process. I didn't have to drain the coolant or anything like that to get the intake manifold off, so that's doable without too much work. Head came off fairly simple, but I did have to drain down the coolant and all for that. Didn't crack the AC system open. Have the front end in the extreme service position, and I got it held up with some motorcycle ties. They're not really ratchet straps, but anyways. And yeah, this is where I'm at. Like I said, ask questions if you want to know something. If I don't know it, I'll find it out. If you want to see something, you know, I'll make a video and show it so that you can see it before taking it all apart yourself. See what it looks like. See a little bit of what's involved. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'll upload this for y'all and go ahead and wait for my parts to get here.